Yeah, everyone loves time travel stories, films, but you know, it seems though it would be easy when you're making one to get tripped up on the logic that you establish. What other stories or films did you look for inspiration, and what kind of things did you have to make sure that you had just right so that, you know, nitpickers didn't, you know, just pick it apart?
Nitpickers are always going to pick, no matter what you do. That's what they do.
And we love them for it.
I love them for it, and I'm one myself, so that's part of the fun of these things, getting into it and saying, what about this, what about that? The first Terminator was kind of the golden model that I was looking at in terms of how it used time travel, because it's so deft, it's so brilliant. It uses time travel to set up a situation, and then time travel gets out of the way. And this situation that time travel has placed these people in, that takes over and they have to deal with it. And that's kind of what we are gunning for here. Looper has time travel in it, but it's not about time travel. It's about these guys dealing with the effects of time travel.
This is very obvious, and I know it's been beaten to death in other interviews you've done, but this whole notion of you and Willis playing the same character, you know, you spent a lot of time with him and talked to him. Was there at any point during the production of the film where you were looking at dailies or something and said, well, I gotta really step up my game, or were there little things that you noticed that you had to tweak about halfway through? Because it must have been a fun challenge.
Well, I think the scenes that came out the best to me are the scenes where I was actually with him, because when I'm spending all day with him, that's when his nature would kind of rub off the best. And I never wanted to do an impersonation. I just wanted to make a character that felt like him.
I'm going to embarrass you a little bit. I read that you wrote the script with Joseph in mind.
It was a great honor.
What is it that he brings to the screen that would, you know, helps you fashion or would want to make you fashion a whole story around it?
I mean, first and foremost, we've just been terrific friends for nearly 10 years now since we made Brick together. He's one of my dearest friends, so just wanting to work with your friend, that was a big part of it. But I knew that the part was going to require a huge transformation. And Joe is, cover your ears please, Joe has that thing where he's you don't have to cut.
I can still hear you.
You can still hear him anyways. And he has that thing where he's got that leading man charisma and the good looks. Look at his face, but he's got the heart of a character actor, and what he really loves is disappearing into a role. And this was that on a grand scale. It seemed like it would be a great challenge for him.
Well, going to that, that's another thing I wanted to ask you. The choices that you have been making, you know, in the past 4 or 5 years have been all over the map. And I always hear, well, it's hard to find a good script, yet you don't seem to have a problem doing that. I mean, have you just been incredibly lucky, or has this been all by design, this career path you've taken, or a little bit of both?
Well, yeah, probably both. I would be the first to admit I've been lucky, and I'm certainly not always right at all. But, you know, what I focus on is having a connection with the filmmaker, first and foremost, because movies are really the filmmaker's medium, and as an actor, what I feel my job is to understand the filmmaker's vision as closely as I can, and deliver to him or her the ingredients that he or she needs to put the movie together. So connection with the filmmaker, and then the material, the story, and the script. If the script is inspiring to me, if it makes me want to be that character, and those are the only two things I really pay attention to.